First of all, I apologize for this video being all chopped up and the accumulation of many videos. It's my first effort at using YouTube's software. I think you'll learn something if you stick through the whole video, and later on you'll see tabs, and I don't have the software to put it up on the screen for you, so I'm just going to video it. And it's a bigger version of my paperwork because, as I said, I don't have the software to show you, so you'll see it. This is going to be a short how-to on the circle of fifths. You want to start on the high string or the very small string, because most of your soloing will come from the top, or the small strings. The high strings is what they're called. Now, you're going to want to use more than one finger at this, and sometimes you're going to want to use your ring finger, your middle finger, whatever. Just try to use more than one finger, and just go up. Okay, and then when you're going up the fretboard, which is opposite of, when you're dealing with guitars, up is this way and down is this way. Okay, but when you're picking, just do the easiest thing possible. Okay, and try to mute with your right hand, or if you're left-handed, try to mute with your left hand, whatever. Okay, now once in a great while you might over pick and end up on the wrong side of the string. You'll get used to it, and you'll be able to figure that out. One other thing that might help you out is when I was learning the circle of fifths for myself, what I did was I got used to the numbers, and then I started calling them out by the name. For instance, C, it's fret 8, and then it's fret 1. So I would say C, C. I would make visual contact with each fret and each number fret, and trying to make the contact, with my finger, my muscle memory, and my visual memory. Okay? So C, 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 C. And eventually, well, for instance, myself, I actually forget the fret number and just go by muscle memory. It's kind of nerve-wracking a little bit, because you can't actually, or I can't actually think of the fret number unless I actually sit there and really think about it. 1, first you gotta hit the right string. 1, 5, usually I just go C, 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 C. But like I said, sometimes it's just depending on the way you learn. Everyone learns differently. And one other thing, once you find your learning speed, don't let anybody mess with you. Don't let anybody get into your head and say you're learning them too fast or too slow, or you're being too hard on yourself, or you're not being hard enough on yourself. Do it your own way. Alright? If you have a hard time going from note to note, just work on that. Work on going from note to note. C, G, C, G. I had to work on that for a while myself. Okay, so anyway. So what I taught myself, when there was times when I really had a hard time trying to get used to a set of chord, or a set of notes. So what I did at first was to try to just go back and forth. Okay, say you're having trouble with the C, so you find your first C, Okay? Now, you look at the tabs and you see the second C is on the first fret, on the B string. So if you're having problems getting there, just do this. Okay, and once your hand and your head get used to the fact that that's where the C is on two strings, go to the next one. And believe it or not, that's going to be hard for a lot of people. So just keep going until it feels natural. Okay, you can do that, or do this. I screwed up just trying to figure it out because I couldn't see what I was doing. Okay, so try to go like this. Okay, stuff like that, you know, just so that your hand and your head get used to where you're supposed to go. I like to try to think one fret ahead, but you know, that's me, and that's the way I learn. So anyway, go like that. Okay, and if that's too much, just go. Okay, you got that one. Go here. Okay. And try to do this. Just keep going until you get all the way up, okay? And then all the way down. I should say all the way down and all the way up. Oh, and I hit the wrong note. I don't care how long you do this, unless you're a professional, you're going to hit the wrong note once. E. Okay. Oh, by the way, if you mess up like I just did, don't start all the way over from C again. You're just gonna frustrate yourself. Just start fresh from the E. Like, you know, that's what I was on, so that's what I'm gonna start over again at. So E. That sounded completely wrong, didn't it? So, let's look at the tabs. 12, 5, 9, 2, 7, 12. Okay, E. Two. There we go. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, you're thinking about so many notes that you just completely get messed up, and that's alright, you know. We're not getting paid millions of dollars like these guys on stage. So anyway, this is my Circle of Fifths paperwork. It's basically on Microsoft Word, and I get 4 letters on each page, which makes 3 pages. You can see, sorry for the shaking, you can see I start from the top, go down or to the thickest string, go back up, and to fill out the page I do it twice. If you can find the Circle of Fifths on the internet, which I'm sure you can, then you don't even have to do this. I realize you can't read this. My camera will not focus close enough to get to that paperwork. So the Circle of Fifths consists of 12 letters, and if you start with C, it goes C, G, D, A, E, B, F sharp, C sharp, A flat, E flat, B flat, and F. And when you want to put this on your own paperwork, the number symbol is used for sharps and the lowercase b is used for flats. Since I don't have the software to put Microsoft on YouTube, I just drew it oversized, so hopefully you can read this. So the tabs for C are 8, 1, 5, 10, 3, and 8. And then you go back up. And then you move on to the next letter. The second letter in the circle of fifths, if we start with C, would be G. So the tabs are 3, 8, 12, 5, 10, and 3. And then you go back up. The third letter in the circle of fifths, when you're starting with C, is D. So you go, tabs are 10, 3, 7, 12, 5, and 10, and go back up again. The fourth letter in the circle of fifths is A, and the tabs are 5, 10, 2, 7, 12, and 5. The fifth letter in the circle of fifths is E, and the tabs are 12, 5, 9, 2, 7, 12. The sixth letter in the circle of fifths is B, and the tabs are 7, 12, 4, 9, 2, 7. Now the seventh letter in the circle of fifths is F sharp. Believe it or not, it starts getting easier now. Now the tabs are 2, 7, 11, 4, 9, and 2, and you go back up. The eighth letter in the musical alphabet for the circle of fifths is C sharp. And the tabs are 9, 2, 6, 11, 4, and 9. And then you go back up to the small E string. The ninth letter in the musical alphabet is A flat. The tabs are 4, 9, 1, 6, 11, 4. And you go back up to the small E string. The 10th letter in the musical alphabet is, for the circle of fifths, is E flat. So the tabs are 11, 4, 8, 1, 6, 11. And you go back up. The 11th letter is B flat, and the tabs are 6, 11, 3, 8, 1, 6. Here's the one you've been waiting for. The 12th letter in the circle of fifths, if you start with C, is F, and the tabs are 1, 6, 10, 3, 8, and 1. You go back up to the high E string is 8, 3, 10, 6, 1. I know that sounds very intimidating to learn all of those notes, and you know, it seems like this is a lot of fret or a lot of real estate, as some people call it, but it's really not that bad once you get going. And once you do get the hang of it, you're going to want a metronome, and you're going to want to do this at 60 beats a minute, or yeah, 60 beats a minute. So now, until you can get the gist of it, don't worry about the metronome. Do it on your own time. Or getting started with this, don't worry about the metronome. By the time you actually get to be comfortable with this, you're probably going to have to slow down to meet the metronome at 60 beats a minute, which actually can be quite a challenge. Because you know, natural speed, and then you're thinking, oh man, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Am I going to hit the wrong one? You know, don't worry about it. That's what I'm saying is, you know, sometimes if you actually have to slow down, it gives you a chance to think, and you don't want to do that. Just try to be natural with it. Circle of fifths, C through F, all 12 notes. C. B, F sharp, C sharp, A flat, E flat, B flat, F, okay, there we go. And like I said, you know, you're gonna mess up, and don't start all the way over from C, because that's what I did. And talk about frustrating yourself. Don't do that to yourself. You're just not going to enjoy it.